Alderman Hoffman.
I was just wondering if you could elaborate as to why Jeff Vernetti canceled this contract to begin with. Was it financial? Was it because of the grant? Was it because of a degrading relationship with the mayor and the board? I would just like some clarification on why it was canceled.
I haven't talked to Jeff directly about that. However, reviewing all of the information that was made available to me, I don't see where the mayor or anyone else involved with the city attacked or said anything bad about Ballparks National. As mentioned in some statements, nobody lost money in this situation. We all made some money, which isn't what it's totally about. But as long as we're not losing any money, and this was just the first year and we're barely off the launching pad, being the new person in the mix, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't work on putting a new agreement together for 2025 and beyond.
So I would like to continue it if it's going to go the right way. And I'm just really concerned, that we're not getting the truth about what's going on. And I just want some transparency on that.
Sure, I understand that. I can respect that. I took over as general manager 2 weeks and 1 day ago.
I was reviewing the letter that Vernetti sent to us on July 29th, and he commented the ownership group and the entire organization was very disappointed. Are they not disappointed anymore? Are they behind you on this?
The only thing I have been told by ownership is that the only thing they were disappointed in was the way the deal worked out financially. But that wasn't anybody's ill will. It was an agreement that the city and Ballparks National agreed on these terms. And for reasons, some of them not in our control, the city was, the mayor did his job. He negotiated the best deal possible for the city of Osage Beach, which is what he was elected to do, right? Representatives from the ballpark at the time agreed to terms that the way it worked out, the city was financially successful up here and Ballparks National was financially successful down here. City made money, Ballparks National made money, but the city made quite a bit more than Ballparks National. That wasn't anybody's ill will. That wasn't anybody's intention. That's just the way it worked out. Most of it Mother Nature driven. We didn't know where we were going to lose. I don't know if it was several weekends. I don't know the exact number, but it was several weekends which resulted in us the ballparks not being able to make income on those weekends. So in my opinion, I'm excited about being able to sit down with the mayor and Eric next week to come up with a plan next year where we both can be successful at the same level, because that only makes sense. And I feel like if we can adjust some numbers a little differently and run things a little bit more efficiently, have a little luck with Mother Nature, better than we had this summer for next summer, it'll be a win-win next year. And this time next year when we're having this conversation, it's going to be a much happier one, and we'll be doing a little high-fiving and celebrating after the success we have next year.
But the ownership group and the organization is totally behind us.
Right. The only thing they were upset about was we didn't make as much money as we'd hoped. So I think that's what kind of led to some of those comments. But as someone that just spoke to the biggest part of our ownership today, I can assure you that we're excited about moving forward.
Very good. Any other comments or questions?
Mr. Mayor.
Well,
Does the contract run through April, Cole? Is that?
End of October.
End of October, okay.
End of October, sorry.
but there is a clause that goes to the end of the year. I don't remember what it was. If you don't mind telling what that is.
We met today. I think we're going to try to figure out, we may end up having to send it back out to bid. It kind of depends on where Ballparks National falls, but it is renewable by the city by ordinance.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
We have until the end of the year.
I was wondering if this was going to have to go, basically die and go back out to bid.
It may not. That was the purpose of our meeting today. We'll know more hopefully in a week or two.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Ross.
can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, a couple of three things. One, I appreciate Ballparks National coming back. I will have to say that a year or so ago, I was very skeptical about whether or not this relationship could work well. For things I never saw coming, it's been rocky at best. And so I would just ask the gentleman there, and I apologize if I caught his name, but I didn't write it down, that a year ago we had somebody from Ballparks National stand here and tell us everything was going to be great. And I have no reason not to believe that you're going to make a big difference. But at the end of the day, we can't have another one of these. We got to have a better year, is what I'm trying to say. Second thing I'll just say is that before we renew, I believe that is the renewal would have to be approved by the board, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. No issues there, but before we do renew that, I would, and Mr. Mayor, you and I spoke about this, I'd like to see some numbers and some data about how things went down from their side of it, and, you know, what we can do to help make sure that they're just as successful as we are. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Nope, I agree 100%. Any other comments or questions? Alderman Rucker.
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to ask Dallas a question. I believe that's his name, Dallas. I picked it up. Is the approval of this agreement in his hands, or is it in the hands of the board? Because the approval of this agreement, in case he's not familiar, on the Osage Beach side is in the hands of the board. And I just want to know, is this going to come down to, as Mr. Vanetti wasn't happy, so he's just voided the contract, or is this going to be approval by your board, your ownership group, or who does the approval on your side?
It'll be primarily me in the situation. That's
Okay.
the short answer.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Dallas, I thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
we'll see you Tuesday. Yep. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. It's going to be pretty exciting. Or feel free to go.